some celebrity tea drama, but we are also going to do a couple triggers within the video, so I hope you don't mind. Just sit back and relax and unwind with me. But before we jump into the video, I would so kindly ask if you would please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button if you like these types of videos and you want me to do more. I would gladly do that for you. Just hit the like button so I can gauge that you guys are enjoying the video. But yeah, guys, as of recent, me and my family were very sick, and it lasted about 2 weeks. It's been going on, and because of that, I haven't been able to film as much, which really bums me out. So there won't be as much content this month on YouTube, but don't worry, it'll pick right back up as soon as things get back to normal. And you always do have the option for my Patreon. My Patreon is where I do 3 to 4 extra ASMR videos every single month. If you're interested in more ASMR videos from me, the link is down below. I did a video talking about frustrating things about being on YouTube, frustrating things within my other job, and then good things, of course, as well. We always want to follow a negative with a positive. I do, at least. Trigger videos. Lots of good stuff over there, so that's always an option if you're looking for more videos from me. And then I do have a second YouTube channel as well. The link for that will be down below if you would like to check it out. I've done a few ASMR videos over there already, so that link will be down below. I apologize that I am a little winded. So if I have to take breaks to take a deep breath, I do apologize. How gorgeous is this packaging? See that little giraffe? It has a C and it's like this pretty silver pinky toned. It's gorgeous. So is this lip color gorgeous? I literally just got it. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. 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 But let's get into the reason why you're here, the drama. So to start, and probably the focal point of the video, is Britney Spears and Jamie Lynn Spears. And truthfully, it really does sadden me, because there were times when me and my sister did not get along and were at each other's and just fighting and arguing. And now, because of my sister's accident, I really miss her, and I regret a lot of the senseless fights that we had. So seeing them feuding, it makes me sad, but in the same token, it's like, that is their choice, But in the same token, Britney's feelings are valid feeling like nobody was there to help her. Now, they've been going back and forth on social media for death, arguing and things, and Jamie Lynn recently wrote a book. Like I was saying, Jamie Lynn recently wrote a book. Every time I say book, I think of the Sanderson sisters and Hocus Pocus, book. Love that movie. But anyway, and a lot of people were upset because of some things that Jamie Lynn said in this book. Some of which, some people were saying, that Jamie Lynn is riding the coattails of her sister and making money off of her sister's pain, and that's what this book is. A book about Britney instead of being a book about Jamie. People are telling her to pull the book from the shelves, and so Jamie went on Call Her Daddy. And that was her first interview talking about anything like this. And it was a two-part series if you want to check it out. But yeah, it was a two-part series if you want to check it out. But yeah, people think that it was just a very calculated move on Jamie Lynn's part, that she just came out with a book, right after her sister gets out of this conservatorship, after she's been silent for all these years. So she was sick of being dragged on the internet, so she went on Call Her Daddy. To back up her story and try and clear her name, tell her side. And like I said, it was a two-part series. And the host of Call Her Daddy, I can't think of her name right now. What's her name? But the host of Call Her Daddy, Alex, I believe her name is. I can't think right now. I'm so tired. My mind just turns off after a certain hour. It's 4 in the morning right now. But the host of the podcast asked some good questions and kind of went over the book and its highlights, and asked Jamie Lynn, I guess Jamie Lynn wrote something in the book about, talking about Justin Timberlake and Britney's relationship, and how Justin was like a father figure to her, and it really affected her when her and Britney and Justin broke up. But if you remember, Justin kind of capitalized on Britney's sexuality and did interviews at that time that people were happy with, and I don't know. So she talked about that. And then she talked emancipated, where you like get separated. You ask the judge for a separation from your parents. When Jamie Lynn was, I think, 15, she said her 16, she got pregnant and pretty much said she was being controlled, and that a lot of the same things that happened to Britney happened to her, and why isn't she allowed to tell her story, and like nobody believes her, and blah blah blah. It was kind of like a poor me. What about me? That's very much what I got from it, you know. And then she talked about, you know, her awful relationship with her parents, and that they like locked her away somewhere while she was pregnant because they didn't want it to get out that she was pregnant, and just a lot. It was a lot. And Jamie Lynn said that she had nothing to do with the conservatorship, that she tried to help Britney, she tried to give her advice, she called lawyers for her, gave her names of lawyers, all this stuff, and in part one, she didn't give like proof of that. Well, after part two, they kind of did like a part three, when after everything was said and done, and Jamie Lynn went back to Kentucky or whatever, wherever she's from, and you know, Britney had said what she said on Instagram, which we'll go over in a second. She went back on for like a briefing to kind of go over everything that's been happening since the airing of Call Her Daddy, and she said she spoke to her lawyers and was ready to show the physical proof to clear her name, to show that she tried to help her sister, and that she was not involved in the conservatorship. So she showed a bunch of text messages between her and Britney, and said that Britney blocks her often, so she'll send them to her boyfriend. In this particular text, she sent to her boyfriend 2 times, and she said Britney never really replied, and she was giving Britney legal advice, telling her, get rid of your lawyer's not on your side, Dad's ready to step down, I spoke to him, like, she kind of trying to make Britney look bad, trying to make Britney look like she's lying, because, you know, Britney will group the family as a whole in her posts, and she'll say, you know, my family wasn't there, my family, and Jamie Lynn was like, you know, I'll talk to her on the phone and everything will be good. And she was scared. And Jamie Lynn said she was like terrified, and she didn't understand like why Britney was doing this, what this was about. She didn't ask for like further context, which is kind of weird. You would think you would be like, what are you talking about? Scared of what, you know? So after hearing this interview and probably reading the book, Britney went on to Instagram, and she went off and pretty much said like, oh, poor Jamie Lynn. She just went on this rant. And it said, I should have slapped you. You were a spoiled little brat. You made remixes to my songs that I wrote. And Jamie Lynn had said in the interview, like, that she never spent any of her sister's money. That, and like, Alex from Color Daddy was like, well, how were you living? Like, what money were you living off of? And she was like, oh, I had my own little gigs and stuff, and pretty much said that she didn't see a cent of Britney's money the entire time Britney was in that conservatorship, and any time before as well. But Britney said in this IG post, I should have slapped you and Mama. Literally, quote word for word, I should have slapped you and Mama. And she let her have it, and I can't imagine, feeling like your sister's trying to capitalize off the pain, the 11-year torture and pain that you went through. So, I feel like there's just a lot of miscommunication between the both of them, and it's very messy. And then there's their parents. It's just, the family is very torn apart. Britney probably feels like she can't trust her own family. I mean, how awful is that, right? Just crooked people all around her, and then the people who are supposed to love, support, and protect you aren't. And, people are like, oh, look at her grammar, look at the way that she talks, look at the way that she types, something's wrong with her. People just look for everything and anything to point out about her. It's like she went through a lot of trauma. She went through a lot. And unless you've gone through something like that, I don't know, you don't know, we don't know how much that affected her. But like, do you have to pick apart everything the girl does, Does she do some bizarre stuff? Yeah, she does. But if that's what makes her happy, don't let her do it. It's her page, I'll never understand why people are so bothered by what somebody else does on their social media account. Don't get it. I do not understand. And then for our second story, our second coverage is on Kanye West. The other day, I'm just chilling, scrolling through my phone, and I see that Kanye is live. I'm like, that's weird, Well, it didn't take long for everybody to start screen recording. And he was like in an Uber, and you could hear like, probably not an Uber, limo or whatever, driver. Oh my god, an Uber, can you imagine? I tell you, I'm tired. So, parents watch their kids more than family. Also in that song he said, like, my new girl is bad. You could just tell it was a very recent thing, like it wasn't something that he wrote a while ago, very recent. So, you know, that had just come to light, and then his daughter's birthday was like the day after or something, so he's driving, and he's like, yeah, you know, nobody will pick up for me, blah, blah, blah. This isn't fair, you know, I love my kids, and I want to support them. They're my entire life, you know, my schedule is totally focused around them, and I want to spend time with them. I want to be at my daughter's birthday. And then, you know, he clicks off of the live and pretty much says, like, I'm not staying quiet, I'm gonna talk about this, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, wishes his daughter a happy birthday. And then comes back on the live a couple minutes later, and he's like, scratch that, I got hold. I guess first he called Tristan, which, like, why is Tristan at Kim's baby's birthday when he literally just had a kid with another girl, like, yesterday? Like, I can't. The things that they allow that man to get away with. But, so he got a hold of Tristan, and I guess Tristan was like, yeah, bro, I don't know, I'm so sorry. And then Travis, Kanye threw Travis under the bus. He was like, yeah, my man Travis came through and gave me the Addy, and I showed up, and it was really nice. Everybody was very kind to me. I talked to Chris, and Kylie was the one who let me in the gate because security tried to stop me. So he just threw Kylie and Travis right under the bus, and you know, I don't know how Kim, you know, Kim hasn't said anything. She's been kind of low-key when it comes to social media as of recent. But I feel like this is going to continue with Kanye. I feel like there's really no end in sight now that he's living across the street. He's got that new girlfriend, but I feel like that's kind of like something to do when there's nothing